All right, so this one says, during a school vacation, Marquise, no, I said it right, wants to go bowling and to play laser tag. He wants to play 6 games, okay? He wants to play 6 games, total games, but needs to figure out how many of each he can play if he spends exactly 20. Okay, so he's going to play 6 games. It sounds like he's going to do bowling or laser tag, but he can only spend 20. So here's the thing. Bowling is $2, and laser tag is $4. So we're going to let X represent the number of games that he bowls. We're going to let Y represent the number of games for laser tag. Write a system of equations that'll help you to solve that. Now, here's the thing. When you have, and I'm going to start writing some stuff down here. We're saying that X is the number of bowling games. And Y is, that's not hashtag, by the way. That used to be called the number symbol. So do you guys know that that means number? No. Okay. You don't? Okay.
I was kidding.
And this is laser tag, right? All right, cool. So anyways, hashtag laser. Laser. So how many variables do I have? 2, right? So that means I need 2 equations. Okay? So when you do a story problem like this, now what if I had 3 variables, X, Y, and Z? Then I need 3 equations. That's Algebra 1 towards the end of the school year, but this is what we're doing today. All right, so then I need to figure out an equation and write it in slope-intercept form. Well, I know for a fact that $2 times X is going to generate how much he spends on bowling, plus $4, right, times Y is the number of dollars he's going to spend on laser tag, but he wants to spend exactly $20. That's our first equation. How do I come up with the second equation? Well, they give us a clue. He wants to play a total of 6 games. So, could I say X, which represents the number of bowling games, plus Y, which represents the number of laser tag games, has to equal 6? Right? So this is the dollar amount here, and this is the number of games. So now to graph this, we have to solve for Y. For time's sake, I'm just going to bypass this. This becomes, well, I probably should write it out. Let me write it out so you guys can figure it out. So if I say 2X plus 4Y equals 20, and I want it to look like Y equals MX plus B, I got to solve for Y. So that means I'm going to subtract 2X from both sides, yes. These cancel, and I get 4 times Y is equal to, now I'm going to put this negative 2. Can I combine like terms on the right-hand side of the equal sign? Well, I could, but there aren't any like terms, right? Negative 2X is not the same as positive 20, so I can't put them together, right? If I have 2 markers, right, and a pencil, I don't have 3 pencils. I don't have 3 markers. I just have 2 markers and a pencil. So if I have negative 2X's and 20, I can't put them together because they're not like terms. Now, another thing that came up yesterday is, what do I got to do to get Y by itself, guys?
Subtract.
Well, what is the 4 doing to the Y? It's divide. No, it's not dividing. What is this 4 mathematically doing to the Y?
Divided.
You have to divide. So you guys, listen. There's a reason I say it that way. Yes, you got to go. Yeah. There's a reason I say it that way. That's how I make the decision. That's how I decide if I subtract or I divide. I look and see what it's doing right then and there. I want to move the 4 away from the y. Since it's multiplying, I do the inverse, which means I divide. We can't just randomly guess. By the way, if I subtracted 4 from 4y, could I do that? No. What if I subtracted 4y from 4y? Does it get y by itself? No. What's 4y minus 4y? 0. So to move the 4, I have to think about what is the 4 doing to the y? It's multiplying. What's the inverse of that? Divided by 4. Now here's a little trick. When you multiply or divide, you almost use like the distributive property. And so I have to divide everything by 4. This makes it a little easier if you just write it this way. Okay? 4 divided by 4 is 1, so I get y equals... what can 2 over 4 reduce down to?
1/2.
1/2 times x. What's 20 divided by 4?
5.
5. Wow, you sung that. So then this equation becomes -1 over 2. Now, why did Mr. Adams put that negative in the top?
Because it's a negative.
Yeah, it's a habit I have. You could take that negative sign and toss it to the top because that tells me because my slope is going to be down 1 over 2. Okay, so let's graph that. Now watch how I graph this. Watch how I graph this. To graph that line, I'm going to, and I'll circle this in red. I go to the y-intercept first. What's the y-intercept for that graph? 5. So I'm going to come right here. This is the y-axis, right? And right at 5, I'm going to put a dot. Now my slope is what? -1 over 2. So that means I'm going to go down from here, down 1 over 1, 2. To get to the next dot, what do I do? Go down 1 over 2. See how it makes a line? That's how you guys caught my mistake on the other problem, right? So if I go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Now, I'm going to try to draw the line. It's really hard to draw the line with this tablet and have it look halfway decent. But these problems are usually rigged up such that when I graph the second equation, it'll cross on one of those points. Let's do the second equation. So I want to take and make x plus y equal 6. I want to set that up and make it look like y equals mx plus b. So I'll say x plus y equals 6. I need to get y by itself. What do I need to move? The x. So I got to cancel the x. It can't be on the left-hand side of the equal sign. How do I do that? Yeah, if I subtract x, what's x minus x? 0. 0. So over here, these cancel and become 0, and I've got, well, I was going to put positive y, but I don't need to write the plus sign down. And is x and 6, are those like terms? No. So this is a negative x, and then this is a positive 6. So this equation becomes y equals negative. How can I write that as a number with a rise over run? -1 over 1x. Why did I write it that way? Yeah, it's my slope. It tells me to go down 1 over 1, right? All right, so let's check this bad boy out. So I'm going to go to my y-intercept. What's my y-intercept? 6. So I'm going to put my dot there. Now what do I do? Down 1 over 1. See this slope? Down 1 over 1. So that means I'm going to go down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Hey, here's the intersection. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Connect my dots. You guys aren't making the noise. Not even close. All right, so then this looks like the intersection, yes? So what's that point? Remember, we do the x comma y, so 2 comma 4. Very good. Okay. So what does that mean? How many games of bowling and how many games of laser tag? Which one represented the bowling? X. So I would say 2 games of bowling and 4 games of laser tag. I misspelled the word laser. Why did I start with a Z? Yeah, you could do it both ways. How did they spell it? Oh, yeah, you could spell it with a Z. That's okay. I messed up the A anyways. Laser tag places always spell it with a Z, and then they make it like a lightning bolt or whatever. Laser is actually an acronym.
For what?
Light amplified something something. I should know this off the top of my head.
Yeah, you're a science thing.
Yeah. It's light amplified something. Hold on, let me think for a second. It's light.
Google it. Are you still recording?
Yeah. Well, you guys asked. I gotta tell you, it's Oh, it doesn't tell you the acronym. It stands for. Shoot. Wow, that's funny.
What?
Oh, okay. Here we go. Light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation.
Well, I'm never gonna remember that or use that in my life again.
So technically, it is supposed to be an S. Okay.
Maybe I was right, Travis. And you weren't.
What do you mean?
Because you put a Z and I said it was an S. And
Well, I didn't say. Well, first of all, I said that you can spell it with a Z. A lot of laser tag places.
they're all wrong.
Well, there's also you can
Person whose name I'm not
you
on
can use a Z. There are a lot of people that use Z, but it's for marketing. Yeah. So it's a word. But because laser is an acronym, you're correct. It is supposed to be spelled with an S. The real question is, why are you so angry?
Because we don't.
Shh, relax. It's Friday.
We don't.
I'm leaving it in the video.
We don't tolerate ignorance.
Yes, I'm ignorant.
We don't
I'm sorry.